What do I know about hitting buttons?
I don't know. You've only done this 10, 20 times.
Something like that. Hello, everyone. Mostly Noah, but also Dan. And welcome to the Dead Dodge Garage slightly less boring Sunday special. Hello, Stacy. Greetings, fellow humans. Oh, I learned it gave me a little notification thing that I can set up titles for people. I don't know how to do that, but I don't know. Setting myself as head moron kind of sounds fun.
Yeah, how does Noah get on here like 2 minutes before everybody else?
Dude,
how does that work?
He's talented. Well, I think what he said was he missed the last 3, so he was damn well going to be at this one. So he was like sitting there waiting for the button to pop up.
Okay.
Why are you moving so much?
I don't know. I'm holding my phone. I got to figure out a better shot to do this.
Yeah, you should figure that out. Noah does have a memo. Oh.
Here.
Oh, everybody's here. That was fast.
I'm not good at this.
Hello, Avon. Don't mind Tom. He's figuring out how cameras work.
Well, I have to use my phone because we're doing a shop tour tonight. So,
what, you don't want to walk around in circles with your laptop?
No. I will get this figured out, I promise.
Okay. I always just leaned mine against like a laptop. Actually worked really well.
I run a restoration shop. I don't work in tech, so.
Yeah. I mean, me neither. I just today finally cut an intro for my show. It's been a year.
You didn't do it on the Wrecking Yard video, did you?
I used some of it.
Okay.
Oh, no. I haven't used it yet. I just finished it today. Yeah, so it's not on anything just yet.
Got to play the drinking game while I'm on, so.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorites, I don't know if any of you guys are beer snobs, I'm a bit, but it's a Freem Pilsner. It's excellent. I know the guy who owns the brewery in Hood River, Oregon. It's excellent beer. One of my favorites. Because I'm old, it's like...
Oh, I'm drinking a different Bear Naked. It's weird. It's like a different color can, and it's way less gross. But it says the exact same stuff. I don't know what that's about. My sister calls the title Dead Dodge Sister. I mean, obviously. Noah's got the know-how. Hello, Tom D. There are so many Toms.
There are a lot of Toms.
Yeah. Have you watched the Wrecking Yard video yet?
I did. It's excellent.
The Tom's Place video?
Yep.
Right at the outset, because I realized while I was editing it that I kept referring to Tom, and there are 2 Toms, at least.
Yeah, so I'm sure most of you who are following this chat probably know that I am not Jamie. A lot of people think I'm Jamie because Jamie's doing a lot of videos of Rocket restorations, which is great. It's good for Rocket and all that, but we've had some cross branding issues, so this is getting a little inside baseball here, but yeah, there's been several message boards I post on where everybody's calling me Jamie, so just want to know my
demon.
Yeah. Somebody was trying to buy Jamie's demon talking to me on a message board. So I had to break it to him that I was not Jamie and did not own a very cool blue demon. So
it's a slight problem. The good news is I have technical support on my side now. And my friend Fitz is here, who not only designed my logo, helped me put together my website, the web merch store, like all that. I couldn't have done without him. He also just made a fancy transition intro thing that is going to say at the beginning of every video that's at Rocket. So hopefully the slightly more brain dead among us understand it's not my shop. It's not my cars. It's not, I'm just there. I'm but a lowly peon.
Jamie works here. He's more than a peon. Jamie has a lot of knowledge. There's 2 full-time mechanics who work for me who've been with me for a very long time, who are both very talented individuals. Evan's been mentioned on there a bunch of times. He's very talented with working with a little, and has a lot of knowledge about a lot of stuff. Trev's more the detail guy. He's we mean this term
with
what's
love.
The word for it? With love, but we call it anal Trev. But that's one reason why a lot of the stuff that we come out of the shop looks really, really good, because Trev is very, very good at that small detail stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jamie came in about 6 months ago now. I don't know. Time flies.
Yeah, it went fast.
And Jamie also has a very particular set of skills as it were. We're doing movie references. But Jamie's very good at tuning, which Trev and Evan aren't as good at. He's very good with wiring, and we're as we'll show on the shop tour tonight, which we're going to wait a little bit because, we have to bury the lead a little bit. We got to make sure people stick around.
Yeah, there you go.
But
yeah,
so
bang for the buck.
Yeah, see, I have Wi-Fi in my shop, so I can give you a shop tour tonight. So I'll show you what's in the shop. There's a few things that Jamie hasn't shown, so there's some pretty exciting stuff. You see some of I got a couple of my projects in the shop too. I can't leave the shop because the Wi-Fi doesn't go out on my metal building. My cell signal out here is terrible in Olympia, but yeah. And Jamie's real good at he's done a lot more. He ran a repair shop, so he's worked on more modern stuff, whereas most of us here are dinosaurs. The word fuel injection scares us. So, but Jamie's been doing a real good job with that 67 Cornet 500 convertible, which we'll show tonight. We're doing fuel injection on that. We're doing the 4-speed overdrive in it. And I understand we're putting a GM transmission in, but unfortunately there really isn't a good Mopar alternative for that. So
yeah, I've been trying to drive that point home because people keep saying, why would you use a GM part? It's better. It's just, and I hate to say that a 4L60 is good, but like compared to the other options, it's much better. It's so much easier. You hit the floor with a hammer in one spot and you're done. They give you everything to hook it up. It's just, It's great.
Yep. I mean, we have not driven on the street yet. We're very, very close. Unfortunately, we've been kind of specializing here at Rockets of saving cars from other restoration shops. And this is another great example that it was sitting in a body shop for 8 years and they just never finished it. So the front end's loose on it and they didn't paint a bunch of the front end parts. So Trev's actually gonna be working on that this week. And then once we can get the front end bolted down, we gotta get the top done for my upholstery guy. So great guy I have down the street. If anybody needs an upholstery guy in Western Washington, Lonnie's great. He's like a mile from my house. I don't think it's even a mile. Like it's almost walking distance. It's fantastic. He's very good at what he does. So he's gonna get the top done on that pretty soon, and then we can get out on the road and start putting some miles on it and see how everything works. So we're getting pretty close in that car. I'm getting pretty excited. The customer's very excited to get that car done. So
yes, he is. And he's actually on my Dead Dodge Facebook page, and he's on there and saying, that's my baby. I'm just so happy. And yeah, it's a good guy. He's very pleased, and I'm excited to see his car going together. Mm-hmm. I did get the exhaust wrapped up on that the other day. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it because that transmission like slightly changes the engine angle. And I finally realized, oh, that's why the exhaust is kind of hanging down. But I sort of tweaked everything, added those factory mounts onto the back for those fancy GTX tips, and then added some flexible exhaust mounts, which it did not have before. Everything was just like bolted solid to the frame, which sounds horrible.
Yeah, solid mounting exhaust is not a good idea. Like you want some rubber in there. Like the engine's moving a lot. Like it's going to damage something eventually. So
yep. As much aftermarket stuff is added to that car, especially, like it's just a huge opportunity to be a rattle trap. And that's the last thing you want.
And he added 67 GTX tips to it, which actually look pretty good. So I haven't seen them on too many Cornets before. They did not put those on Cornet RTs. They were on GTXs, but they're kind of like angled out tips. But as I said, I think it's still on the lift. I don't think I've taken it off the lift. So maybe I can we can go up. I can show you underneath if the light's good enough. So
that'd be cool. Yep. I did do a video showing a bunch of underneath. I think that was the beginning of the why won't this big block run video.
Right.
We did get a lot of views, but it's so nice under that car. It's like, it's beautiful. Hey, I'll buzz through a couple comments real fast because there are a good few, mostly people popping in to say hello. Bigfoots and Mopars being one of them. Hello. Mechanics is here. My sister says to smash the like button. So go ahead and do that.
And I can even smash the like button on my other computer. So
I actually do it too. But
there's 18 people watching and only 14 have liked it, so I'm shaming all of you.
What an embarrassment.
4 people. 3 people have it now. Okay. We're doing good.
Excuse me. Usually in another few minutes here, we'll probably have 30 to 40 people. So maybe around that time, we'll take a look at the shop. But
yeah, we'll wait till it gets to like 40. So
yeah. Noah says, in my absence, I've been thinking dark thoughts. Ford thoughts. I don't know what's happened. All I can say is, Noah, get help. There's help out there. There are groups for people like you. You're not alone. Tony B is here. How you doing, Tony? My sister says, Noah, how dare you? Rex Keene is here from Hope, British Columbia. Hello, Rex. How you doing?
From BC.
Yeah.
Love it up there.
I have only been there once, and I was quite small. I'd like to go back.
Hope's beautiful. I did a road trip with my wife a few years ago before we have kids. We went up to Banff and we went through the middle of British Columbia to look at a car up there, and it was absolutely beautiful. It's the mountains up there. It's awesome.
Greg Loy is here, who says, best YouTuber ever. Oh, my goodness. Thanks, Greg.
Your head's going to get big, Jamie, here pretty soon.
If my ego gets any bigger, yeah. Something about tsunamis in Japan. Anyway. Noah says, I bought my merch. I got a shirt, beanie, hat, and stickers on the way. Yeah, I know. I have to personally approve every single order. So I know everyone.
You have to approve them? Really?
Everyone, yeah. At least right now, because it's still in like the infancy, you know.
Okay.
I can just set them up to automatically go through. But because of the unique way everything is paid for, like I get paid and then they get paid, but they happen in reverse order. So I have to make sure there's enough money in the Magic shirt account to cover the orders, and it's a bit of a dance. So right now I am manually approving every single order that comes in. So don't worry, I won't misuse your personal information. Anyway, Danberg says, did you get my message? I don't remember. Where did you message me? Our Hill is here and says, hey gang, happy Sunday evening. Darius Schultz, I think, says maybe one day Rocket will restore an LCC rocket. What the heck is that? I don't know what that is. Now I have to Google it.
I don't know what that is either.
I have no idea.
I do have some rocket wheels. I picked up. Years.
Oh, it's like it's a Wii sports car. It's powered by a Yamaha motorcycle engine that turns 12,000 RPM, makes 150 horsepower, and it weighs 800 pounds ish. Wow. Cool. I'm trying to think of what that reminds me of.
That's a lot of RPMs.
I don't know. It kind of looks like someone cut the sides off of a Cobra because it has the same sort of grill opening, but it's just like, it's tiny. It's amazing. Single seat, of course. I mean, it's not exactly our forte, but it's pretty cool.
Jamie, why aren't you wearing Dead Dodge Garage merch tonight? This feels like a horrible missed opportunity.
Yeah, you're probably right. Because the only one, I haven't got my beanie yet. I just have the normal hat, and I was afraid it would mess up the lighting.
Oh.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a bill on it, though, but.
It does.
Oh,
yeah.
It does?
Oh, yeah, my normal, my trucker hat does, yeah. Yes, I was going to do that, and then I decided it would just mess up everything. And this is going to sound funny. This is really weird for me. I haven't left the house today. I actually just took a day, and I relaxed. And I did do some music in the studio and cleaned a little bit, but anyway, so I didn't put on a hat, so I'm not wearing one. And you can see where I hit my head on a dart door, and you can see my goofy hairline.
You don't look quite so homeless as usual tonight, so
yeah, I'm wearing one of my nicer flannels.
Mm-hmm.
T's Good Times Garage is here. Good evening, T. How you doing? Oh, Stacy, I'm working on this. I've got to figure it out. Stacy says, with no Canadian shipping for the merch, I guess I'll just have to come get some in person. Stacy, you're the only person that's complained so far, so I am seriously considering just buying what you want and mailing it to you.
Well, see, one thing Jamie doesn't mention is Rocket Restorations is a pretty good eBay store. We sell a lot of reproduction and new parts. Like, I'm sure I can help you out. We get really good shipping rates. So if you want to maybe order some, have them sent to Jamie, like I can get them shipped to you. So we'll figure it out. If you really want it, like for super fans like you, Stacy.
Oh yeah,
figure it out.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. He has threatened to come visit though, which would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, but I do need to figure out how to sell to Canadians among others. So I will get that side of the technology handled at some point. Noah says, at least my big head will be warm under my official Dead Dodge Garage beanie. Get yours now.
Mm-hmm.
Avon says, I can't believe I doxed myself for a beanie. Dave is here. He also asked if I bathed. No comment. If you don't know, I feel like pretty much everyone that hangs out in the lives probably knows that my merch store is now open. Thanks to my friend Fitz, who is here in the comments somewhere. you can go to deaddodgegarage.com, which is also a thing I have now, thanks to Fitz, and hit the button that says merch. And then you'll find our merch store. And we're working on new designs right now. We have some cool ones. There's one that's I'll just spoil it. It's like a really shitty looking duster rotting into the ground, kind of, and it says it's not just good, it's good enough, which I'm very pleased with.
I might have to get that one, Jamie.
It's good. I'm telling you.
If I had $1 for every time he says that.
Right. Yeah. So most of it, like I've had some input. You know, a couple people were like, I want your demon on a shirt. I want your charger on a shirt. Yeah. You know, I mean, I'll probably do that one way or another, but I want to make stuff that's unique and suits me and the channel, if that makes sense. So we're gonna explore some of those things, and then we'll slap Tails Demon on a shirt for sure. My sister says at least it's a great beanie. So again, I haven't gotten my beanie yet. The pictures I posted on the FaceTubes and the YouTube community post were the first test products. They were the first ones we had ready to go. So I don't know if anyone else has gotten theirs in the mail yet. I might still have the only hat and Dead Dodge Garage shirt and sticker, but I know a ton of those orders are on the way out to people. So anyway, we didn't have the beanie up and ready yet, so I didn't get one. So I had to put in another order, and I got a beanie on the way, and I'll probably never take it off. But the hat is like, it's so nice. It's stitched and it's embroidered, excuse me. It's embroidered, and it's really, really well done. So anyway. Craig says tub or not to tub. That is the question. Well, I mean, I'm usually a not to tub kind of guy.
I like a hot tub.
Yeah, I would really like to put one of those in here. This room I'm in used to be a hot tub room, which is why it's not insulated, and it's like all windows. The entire room is covered in windows. So it's freezing in the winter, like now, and super hot in the summer. Dan Berg, about my note I left you before you came on live. Dan, hold on, wait. Hang on. Was it in a comment on the thing? I don't know. Hold on. I might have responded to it. I can't remember. Oh, Dan got a note for excusing him for being tardy, but I don't know who that is. My sister says to get a ring light. No. Rooster's here. How you doing, Rooster? Rooster tried to call me a bit ago. I was in the middle of recording a slide guitar part, and I saw my phone ringing, and it said Rooster, and I couldn't get to it in time, and then I just wanted to get it finished, and then I had to help put groceries away and clean the house, and now we're here. But anyway.
Hey, Rooster, are you going to the Mopars at the Park show? I think you said you were, so I'm planning on going out. Jamie's a maybe, so but we're working on something pretty exciting out there. I hope it works out. So
yeah, if the exciting thing happens, I'll be there.
Can't really talk about it yet, but I'm working on something pretty good out there. We'll see if it happens or not. So
super secret squirrel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Stacy says, awesome guys, let me know what works best for you. I'll get some worthless Canadian money to you. Mike Senior is here and says A bodies rule. Ha! They do, unless you're 6.5 feet tall. Then they don't. Yeah.
My head hits the roof.
That's That's how I was able to win on the demon wheelbase question. Because I've had so many A bodies because I fit in them. Anyway.
Well, probably all you could afford for a while too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Dude, they used to be $600-700 and you could drive them home. I remember my 73 Swinger. I paid $900 for it. It was listed for $1,200, and the whole way home I was driving, no problem, fully reliable, super nice inside. This was 2009. The whole way home, I was just, God damn it, I overpaid. It is $900 for this thing. This is ridiculous. I had 4 darts at that time. Yeah. Oh, anyway, Rooster says, this is loyalty. I could just text you. Yeah. And yeah, Rooster was the one that said, get the charger on the shirt so I can get one. Charger freak thing. Yeah, totally. I will do that. But it's got to be my style, Rooster. You know what I'm saying. Oh, like I said to you in the text, anybody can slap a 6870 charger on a shirt and sell 1 million of them. I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm not going for low hanging fruit. I want to do, unique Dead Dodge Garage stuff. Dave, I will post my merch link. It's super easy. You can just go to deaddodgegarage.com, but shop.deaddodgegarage.com, which is now down in the comments, wherever it is, that will get you right there. Oh, shit. My mom's watching. Hello, Mom. My mom is in the hospital. She just had one of her knees replaced, and she is in inpatient recovery for the next several weeks. And I was going to come visit today again, but I didn't leave the house. So I apologize.
Hope you're doing okay, Dead Dodge Mom.
Dead Dodge Mom is she I know she was doing better this weekend. So yeah,
Yep.
I saw her on Friday night and she was pretty loopy. But
Yeah.
that will happen. They had her leg, so they did her right knee first, and they had it in this crazy device that just like slowly moves it and stretches the joint and stuff. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, I don't like hospitals.
Oh yeah. She said something to the effect of, after hearing a cough in the distance, she said, "The thing about hospitals is everyone in them is sick." So,
or having major surgery,
or that. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm sorry I didn't visit. I'll come see you soon, and I'll bring something. I don't know. Let me know what you want. I'll bring whatever. Mick Shattuck is here and says, "Do a live burnout." That would be pretty cool. This summer, if I get the internet figured out and I can actually have my technology in the shop again, we can do live burnouts. That would be fun. Dave found the web store. That's great. Bigfoots and Mopars. I know your real name, but I can't remember it. Damn it. I don't have a very good memory for that sort of thing. But anyway, he entered his car in the Mopars in the Park show.
Very cool. That's a great show. I've been there, went there for the first time 4 or 5 years ago, and I've gone pretty much every year since. I've done very well in the swap meet out there. So, it's a good show.
Rooster says, "Plan on it, Tom. My son will have his lifted second-gen Dodge truck, and I might have the blown Coronet." Sweet.
Cool.
I might be there, but I don't know. Man, I'd be so tempted to take a car, but if we have to bring a car back, that would be...
That's the problem, because there's always, and I already have a car to bring out. I'm bringing out a pretty cool Shaker 71 Challenger to a customer, and then, as I said, I'm probably gonna have something pretty cool to bring back, but it's I can't talk about it yet because it's
Secret.
Not a done deal by any means. So I'm working on it. So
money hasn't changed hands.
Yep.
Oh, I'm just making it worse. Whatever. It's not that important. Ken says Elvin Bishop slides. I don't know what that means. Oh, Mike Sr. heard me complaining about what darts cost in 2009 and said, I paid $200 for a 70 slant swinger in 89. Yeah, when I started in 07, 08, they weren't $200. Well, actually, no. My first car that I bought was a 72 Valiant sedan, slant six, non-running. It was rust-free. It had perfect green interior, and I paid $140 for it. And the guy towed it to my house on a chain.
Well, I really specifically remember because I used to buy cars from like tow auctions and stuff in Seattle. You'd actually find some pretty good stuff. You'd find some good A bodies, and half the time they'd have like a bad ballast resistor or something. So you just bring one to the auction and then plug it in, and then like it would start up almost every time. Mm-hmm. But I remember like 08, 09 when the financial crisis hit and oil went skyrocketing. Like scrap went up at that point, and then it was like, okay, that's it for $100, $200 cars, and it hasn't really been that way ever since.
And don't forget cash for clunkers.
And that too, yeah. Fortunately, a lot of good cars went away there.
Yeah, I know. Right around that time, like I said, when I started, they were still all over the place, especially A bodies because no one wanted them. I mean, so people might have thought they were cool, but I mean, I drove home. Okay, so the Valiant was the first one. The second one was a 74 Duster that I didn't drive home because I didn't have a driver's license yet. But my then not really girlfriend, I guess, she drove it home. And I saw it on the side of the road. I pulled up. I was all excited. Called the guy's number, and there was another dude standing there. And the guy was on his way. And the dude standing there was like, if he won't take $100, I'm out of here. Okay. And the guy that owned the Duster walked up to him to shake his hand first. And the buyer said, you take $100? And the seller lifted his hand and turned toward me. And the guy was like, fine. And he got in his straight piped Astro and steamed off. And so I talked to the dude. I sat in the car, and then I was like, well, what do you really want for this thing? He said, you know what? You give me $300 and it's yours. And that was hard for me to scrape up because I didn't have a job.
It was meant to be.
It was. That was good times. I love that. I was just telling you about that car. It had hang 10 seats and a sunroof. And I blew up the transmission. One of many 904s I've killed over the years.
I've never actually killed a 904.
I've killed 3.
I mean, I've had them with like the 4-door Dart we had. The green one that went to Germany. You did the video on.
Yeah, but you didn't break that one.
I didn't break it. Reverse didn't work when it came to me. So
I put the link up on the site since I put it in the chat. Shop.deaddodgegarage.com, or just go to deaddodgegarage.com and click merch. Noah has a great question. On the latest video in the beginning, as you were driving up to the ranch, there was a gnarly guitar solo that was very bluesy Western. What was that? That was me. Yeah, the guitar's all the way over there today. That was me doing my rendition of, this is going to sound really funny, but if you know the sound, God damn it. That's the first one. That's pretty good.
Drink.
Cheers. If you know the anime show Cowboy Bebop, or even if you don't, I'll just tell you, it had a truly amazing soundtrack. Super, super good soundtrack. And there's a song in that soundtrack called Forever Broke. And that whole show is just like depressing future, deserty, spacey, all kinds of cool stuff. But that song's called Forever Broke, but it's me playing it on that red hollow body that's usually sitting right here. I've been playing that song for, what year is this? 11 years.
Forever Broke. That's a great.
Forever Broke. It's really good. Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Yep. It's instrumental. There are no lyrics, it's just that. So anyway, that's what that is. I figured you'd just recognize my guitar tone by now, Noah. Actually, yeah, that was some pure magic delivered by my pride and joy. Oh, come on. 1978 Fender Champ. Anyway. Rooster says that he'll be parked next to the Jack Pine Savage, stealing his thunder. Yeah. That's Bigfoot. Awesome. They have a whole cornet club thing going on. Rooster says, it's Mark. Jamie, you need your memory meds. Yeah. Greg Loy wants stroker kit advice. Just call 440 source. Done. Right? Or is it the other one? Where'd you just get a stroker kit from?
That's where we got the stroker kit for the 73 Charger that we're working on.
Yep.
So
yep.
Jamie did the video on that. We just got that in. The machine shop got it done. Although it's always the dumbest things anymore. Like apparently there's a national back order on cam bearings. So that's the one thing. Jamie does not like doing cam bearings. So I just have the machine shop do it. Well, you specifically told me you don't like doing cam bearings and have the machine shop do it. So
I have nicked 2.
Okay.
But I've also gotten an engine from God damn it. From Johnson. You're both in Olympia. I have also gotten an engine from Johnson where they nicked one and I had to go in and repair
really?
it. So nobody's perfect. I have the tool. It's just, like I say, if they want to do it, I'd rather have them screw it up than me.
But yeah, they called me last week basically saying, hey, the motor's ready to put together, but we don't have cam bearings. So I basically had to order cam bearings from 440 stores because they were the only ones I could find that had it. Summit didn't have it. Rock Auto didn't have it. Right? Rock Auto said they had it. I went to order it, and they said, "Oh no, we're back ordered," which is really annoying. But
yeah. Very much so.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, that sucks. Hopefully that gets fixed because we got more big blocks to build.
Oh yes. The last question. Yes, we did, and I sent it to Jamie, and I don't know if he has it on his phone. I don't know if I can look it on my phone when I'm doing a live stream here. But yes.
Oh, yeah. So I was going to send that to you, Rooster, and I was just going to send you a link to it, and then I didn't find that cam, so I don't know if it's actually the right number. What he said is it's an Iskandarian 284 Mega Racing Cam, 284, which sounds huge. So I went to look at other Isky Mega Racing Cams, and specifically in that duration, and all I could find was Chevy. So I don't know if I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's out of production. Who knows?
Well, he built that thing. It was built a few years ago, so it very well may be the case. So
it might not be around anymore. I don't know. Oh, good Lord.
So, Greg, store kit advice. Like, what are you asking for? Like, which one to use? Oh, who's that?
Yeah, that's my sister.
Oh, hi.
She's here to drink all my beverages.
No, just one.
All right, fine. You can have one. I'm not peeling you off the floor again this week.
I don't want that either.
Hey, 30 of you out there now. If you hadn't said hello, if you haven't said hello, good Lord, this is going to be bad.
All right. How about like 15 minutes? We'll do this shop tour, okay?
Yeah, we'll do that. Sounds good.
And I got to get out of here a little bit early. I got to put my kids to bed. So, like 7:40, 7:45, I got to get out of here. So,
sounds good. Yeah, cool. Usually when Uncle Tony's live stream ends, then the people really pile in. But we usually have 30 to 40 before then. As I was trying to say, if you haven't said hello in the comments, go ahead and do that. If you have any questions for me or Tom Hergert, who I never properly announced, the owner and big brain behind Rocket Restorations in Olympia, Washington, feel free to ask. 72442 convertible, I assume, who has been commenting on my videos for a long time, almost since the beginning, says, I paid $700 for a 72 Demon 344 speed running excellent, but with rust issues in the quarters and trunk. I remember when muscle cars were cheap. Yeah, I remember when A-bodies were cheap, but
the problem is both of us are too young to remember that era.
Yeah. Oh, someone just ordered merch. Great. Now I have to go process that.
Want a sticker?
What? Oh, cool. Oh, I see. My sister got to visit my mother today, apparently. So
my hands are so cold. I was waiting in the parking lot when stream started.
Wow. Do you want to say hi to your mom?
Hi,
since
Mom.
You're on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when A-bodies were cheap. I just got the tail end of that, so it's really annoying to me now, and I'm sure it is to all kinds of all-timers that remember when these cars were garbage that no one wanted. But it's really annoying that I can't just go buy another Dart for $500 to $700 and drive it home and do big smoky burnouts.
Yeah, that's not really a thing anymore. My first Mopar, everybody likes hearing these stories. Well, or maybe I do, but high school, I found a 70 Charger with 70,000 original miles on it, original paint, California car, just a gorgeous Survivor, $8,000, which was all the money to me at the time. But man, that car was nice. I sure wish I had it now. The next owner totally screwed up the car, like did the seats, put Dixie General Lee horns on it. It was awful. And he messed up the paint, and it was still wish I had that car now.
Now, what year was that again? Late 99-ish? Or
96, 97, somewhere around there. I graduated from high school in 98. So it was definitely had it in high school, and I had it my freshman year of college. Then I needed a car in college, so I had to sell it. So because I kind of owned it. Most people don't know I have an identical twin brother who's also into Mopars, who has his own pretty cool collection of stuff.
No glasses.
No glasses. He wears contacts. And we kind of bought it together. So that was always kind of nice. A lot of times we bought cars together, so we kind of double our buying power to get something cooler and better at the time. I mean, $8,000 was a lot of money for a Charger then, but I think we sold it 3 years later for double that. Now it's probably worth, I don't even know, a lot.
I mean, yeah, we know what about 50 to 60 grand can buy us in a Charger. So
yep.
Yeah. There's 10 years between us. I graduated in 08. So I need to remember that. Oh, and also I just learned this. Tom's birthday is February 2nd.
Oh.
Yeah.
Birthday of champions.
Mm-hmm. Tom and Gary, I assume.
Yes. Same day. And by the way, I don't care what the groundhog says. I saw my shadow. There's gonna be no more winter. So, or is it the other way around? Can't remember.
That's the other way around.
I didn't see my shadow. The groundhog saw the shadow. I didn't see my shadow. And you know what? Groundhog's got nothing on me. So
that's great news. Well, you are a lot taller.
Did you see that there was a groundhog that died right before?
Yes, that was in Canada. Sorry, Stacy.
Brutal.
And that demon for $700 was in 84. That almost sounds expensive for 84. Anyway, All Praise is here. Actually, was here 11 minutes ago. How you doing, All Praise? Glad you're here. Richard says, every time I talk to anyone about my deals, they fall through. So yeah, Tom knows the game.
Yeah,
Tom knows the game. Oh, Ken says Alvin Bishop, slide guitarist. Okay, before your time, but give him a listen. Write that down.
Where's the?
I don't even think there is one. Use your notepad. I don't know. Noah said yes.
Oh, hey,
Tom's got a pen. Okay, I have
pens.
pens. That's not a problem. Well, I don't know. Oh wait, hold on. I have an endless stream of paper over here.
Isn't there a piece of junk mail in there or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Well, it's not all junk. It's just mostly junk.
Elvin Bishop.
Guitarist. I'll check him out, Ken. Thanks. Avon says, weeb. I assume that's pointed your direction.
No, that was Cowboy Bebop stuff in the comments.
Oh, I'm a weeb. Got it. Oh, Dan knew it. Nice. Yes, but I performed it myself, so hopefully they don't ding me for copyright infringement. Plus, Cowboy Bebop's it's played out now, so hopefully they don't mind too much.
Is Dan on the chat? Dan, I owe you a call.
Dan's here.
Did you ever talk to that guy about that top? We need to talk. I'll try to call you tomorrow. I've just been so busy. Sorry I haven't. I've been kind of dropped the ball on that, but I'm trying to buy a Ram Charger from Dan. We'll see if it happens or not, but he needs a top for it. So
Dan had been emailing me. I don't know if he had my address spelled wrong or what it was, but I wasn't getting anything from him. So then I think yesterday I got 6. So I guess he figured it out and he updated me on stuff. I was talking to him about truck transmissions. I need something for the Power Wagon. So he was telling me about the MP 445, which is basically a close ratio 435, which I've never heard of. And then I asked him if he knew where to find a 542. You remember Sweepline Dan?
Yeah, he talked about
too, right?
Speed. Yeah,
he was talking about the 540, and then I looked it up and learned stuff. And the 542, there's an overdrive version, and so I'd really like to find one of those because they're pretty much they're bigger, but they're very much like a 435. So you can almost use it in the same place.
I've never heard of that. That's got to be a holy grail. I've never heard of it. So
well, it's big truck stuff, and yeah, apparently it is because Dan Tupper emailed me a screenshot from eBay. LKQ has one listed for $2,700 or some shit. They want $500 for a shift tower.
Dang.
Good Lord. So much for that. Noah says, I love the harmonic blues and Cowboy Bebop. Jamie, I didn't know you were one with the anime. Yeah, I used to be.
Mom got us into that one.
I used to be. Yes, my mom watched that one. Around that same time, I was really into Trigon, the $6 billion $double man. Is that him? Something like that. And Big O, obviously.
Outlaw Star.
That was the other one. Outlaw Star. Anything in outer space. Well, and Gundam Wing, obviously.
Wing.
Actually, here, grab that.
Oh.
We'll just prove to Noah how much of a nerd I really am. My mom got me this for Christmas, I think, last year. That's a Gundam. It's burning Gundam. Mm-hmm. I used to have a ton of these.
I think you just lost most of your audience, but I don't know.
That's fine. Remarkably, at least a couple people not only know what anime is, but yeah, anyway, that's fine.
Cowboy Bebop is the anime for people who don't like anime.
Yes, it's a really, really good show. Despite it doesn't matter. It's not like
so
other
good.
anime. It's an extremely, extremely good show.
It is the pick me.
Stacy, I haven't watched it, and I just assume it's not good enough. So I'll just rewatch the original show. Yeah.
Nope.
I had high hopes too.
But them getting that on Netflix did make Netflix get the anime.
Oh, so I can just pop on there.
More
so I don't have to get out the old VHS, record it off TV.
Yeah.
Jagged Panther's here again. Are you guys talking about Mopars in the Park in Minnesota? Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be in the swap meet. Maybe with Jamie. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. But we were just discussing how I can't bring a car, which is okay.
Yep.
You're done.
I would like to take Dale's Demon all around the country and enter it in car shows. That would be cool.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah. One other thing we do on these trips is, I think I mentioned this in the last chat, but I have an old Chrysler dealer list from 1969 and 1971, and we've been stopping by many, many dealers. So I have not really hit Minnesota or Wisconsin yet. So I've pretty much gotten the whole western half of the United States, and that's where most of my signs have come from, because the signs are getting insanely expensive. So I basically have to go to the source to be able to afford them. And I'll show you a bunch of my signs. We do the shop tour here in a minute. But that's one thing. Like, I'm kind of hoping Jamie, because I am not good with the film and editing, so Jamie may be helping me out with some of the videos from that trip, and he'll post a bunch on his channel. We find some really cool stuff in these old buildings. I love the old buildings. Like, I love the history of the buildings. I love the architecture, the old signs. Like, they're just super, super cool. So
very much so. Rooster says Uncle Tony's trying to convert him. You don't have to choose. He's got seniority and he knows a lot more, but he's also kind of strange. M1 is here. What's going on, M1? How you doing? What have you been up to? Gregory. Oh, back about the stroker motor. Oh, I remember. Yeah, we were talking about his satellite. Well, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. Wants to run upper 11s in a full-bodied 65 Plymouth satellite.
That's pretty quick. You got to get it some cubic inches to do that.
I don't know. I mean, well, it's heavier than a Demon, but I'm just saying, I've got a time slip that says 1188 from 1973, like with a 340
Really?
Demon. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it can be done.
What gears was he running? Do you know?
48s.
48s, yeah.
And he was going out the back door at like 6,800. Terrifying.
I need to go to the drag strip with you this year. I'll take the Polara out.
What's that?
I'll take the Polara out. That thing's awesome to drag race. Everybody laughs at it.
Of course. Dude, it's bracket racing. So I cut my intro today. So I went back through a year's worth of videos, which is crazy. And I have the clip of the one, my best time, which still sucked. And I was next to a Camaro, and I was so proud because I stomped him. I'm pretty sure it's a 6-cylinder car, and he just goes out for a Sunday drive. But it's bracket racing, so slow is fast. Doesn't matter. Consistency is what's,
What'd you run?
That's so embarrassing. I don't want to say. No, my best time in the 8th was 9:13, which converted to a low 14 quarter-mile time. So I almost ran what the car would have run stock in the day. I think it's upper 13s or something. But it is known to be much faster than that. And after that timeout, I realized I had basically no accelerator pump at all, which is part of the problem.
Yeah.
And I also I've had no experience launching, and I was getting awful reaction times because I wasn't staging right. So I've learned some lessons. I'm excited to go back. Let's just say I might actually need a helmet. You have to run 850 to need a helmet. I told them when I got there, I don't think I'm going to do that, and I didn't.
I'm pretty sure I can convince the family to come out one day, try to get to a drag race, bring the kids out and everything.
Awesome.
I've got a 72 Polara that's an ex-Watch Day Patrol car that I rebuilt it to 71 440 specs. And I think the best I did was, I think I ran a 15-1 in it. Considering it's a 4,500 pound car, that's really not too bad. So
big car.
It's probably a little bit slower than it was then. That was 10, 15 years ago, last time I ran it. But it was a lot of fun. I tried
How
to
long
put
has that car been done?
That was the first car ever restored. That
Right.
was finished in 03, 04, somewhere around there. So,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a great car. I mean, I'm a C-body guy. I'm 6'5", it's like I like the full-size cars. When I was getting into this, the Cudas and Chargers were getting expensive, and, it's got a 440. It's got disc brakes, has a super comfy seat. They put, double foam on the seats and double springs, has, air conditioning. I mean, it power seats, things like driving down the road on a couch. It's great. I love that
I took it for a test drive, and I really liked it. I didn't do a video. That was I don't remember why. For what you said, just take it for a drive. And I need to learn about C bodies. So anyway, that's a good one. It's a cool car.
Yeah.
I'd like to dig that 68 Fury out of the parts pile one of these days, but I need to do some other things first.
I need to get my convertible done, and then, you can have that car, but I just got to make sure there's no parts I need for my convertible. I'll show you guys the convertible here in a minute. So that's kind of the 72 is my baby, but
I don't care that much. I'll take the worst of whatever's left.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely some extra parts. Oh, Dave says memory lane. Dave has bought and sold so many nice cars. He's had a bunch of high quality e-bodies and things over the years.
Oh,
and now he's down to just the one really nice swinger, which is awesome. But I've definitely heard him reminisce a little bit about the stuff he's had. Oh yeah, Rooster says we're so young. Yeah, I just heard the story of when he bought his Charger, actually. 1980, $875. It was a member of the armed forces that didn't come home, and he bought it from the mother, and he almost got arrested on the way home because the nice officer in, I want to say Alabama, thought he might be running moonshine. Anyway, it's a good story.
Nice. I haven't heard that one. I'd like to hear that. If we go visit, I'm gonna have to hear some stories out there, Rooster.
Oh yeah, you know he's got some.
Well, we're at 71 Sport Fury Grill. I would love to have that. I'm a Seabody guy. I've got it's 45 minutes in. Should we do the shop tour?
Yeah, we should probably do that. Let me. You're preparing for that. I'll breeze through some comments. Ken says, graduated in 98. Do your parents know you're up this late? I graduated in 08, so there you go. M1's first Mopar was a 69 Sport Satellite for $500. Rooster's Roadrunner was $2,400 in 79. That was a lot of money in 79.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, Dave fooled around and fell in love. That's what happened to his cars. Ken says, 88, same year as my son, Jamie. My sister was born in 88. I was born in 90. Olena N says, I just watched Two-Lane Blacktop, that 55-57 Chevy. Want to build something like from Two-Lane Blacktop. I really do too, but I'm not going to do a Chevy. I want to do that 55 Plymouth Plaza, which was in the video I put up yesterday. If you haven't seen that, the Mopar Ranch video, which actually brings me back to this. Mike Miskey, I clicked on your comment and then we got distracted, so apologies for that. Mike is here, and he watched the Mopar Ranch video earlier today. Interesting, but bad. Yeah, that's pretty much most of the comments are essentially saying that. Makes me want another one. Hey, Mike, they're still out there. They're expensive, but they're still out there. Alex Grazioso is here and says, sorry I'm late. It was the Mrs. 21st birthday. Finally back home. Been day drinking since 11 a.m.
Nice.
I actually started drinking earlier today, too. I had some of the Irish cream that her gentleman left here like 3 Christmases ago.
Oh, jeez.
My wife makes some fantastic Irish cream for Christmas. It's awesome.
Awesome. Well, keep me in mind. Alex, by the way, you have the incredible distinction of having placed the very first Dead Dodge Garage merch order. You got it. Order number 0001.
Nice.
Thank you and congratulations. So thank you to everybody else who bought stuff. A lot of people here have, so I really appreciate it. Dan Berg graduated in 77. Bought his first Mopar when he was 16. It was a 62 Dart for $100. Ken Montgomery's here and says, just found you on the internet. Love it. Big Charger fan. Me too, Ken. Alex also says Cowboy Bebop is the best.
Sure is.
Yeah. Oh, apparently Naruto is awesome too. Oh, and Ken Montgomery just bought a hat. Thank you very much, Ken. Appreciate it. Wear it with pride. I'm trying to get hats on heads here, so let's do it.
Keep everybody warm.
More of your sister.
Oh my God.
It's my sister.
Hey.
There's really no way to reverse this, is there? This is going to be kind of hard to keep things focused.
No, hold on. Do you not have a little button?
Well, I do, but I'm using the link. I'm not using my camera.
No, it doesn't have it on the web. I don't know what the phone version of the website.
No, I can turn off my mic and my cam and chat, but that's it. And there's a more, but it says leave.
There's so much.
I'm trying to figure this out.
We're technologically challenged. There are a lot of weebs. See, Tom said we lost the audience with the anime stuff. Nope, not at all.
No, you are. I was wrong. I was wrong.
Dependable Auto Truck is here. It says hello from Alabama. Hello, Dependable Auto Truck.
Welcome.
It's also just like a common personality trait for millennials.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think that's Mitch, or maybe it's Mike Unreal. Not sure. Love all Mopars and muscle cars. 70 Judge. Cool.
Nice.
Awesome. Oh, Dave wants to know if you're going to the Portland swap meet. I can.
Well, it's my schedule's a little complicated. I won't be selling down there. I'll probably just be there Thursday. Fortunately, Thursday is my wife's birthday, so kind of got to be there for that. So I'll probably be there in the morning on Thursday, and then I do 24 hours of lemons, the racing. I don't know if you guys are into that. It's a lot of fun, but I'm a judge for that. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So unfortunately, I think I'll just be there Thursday, but hopefully I can see you down there on Thursday, David. So I'll be walking around on Thursday.
Hey, I'm going to wade through a few more comments here. We're getting toward the bottom, I guess, kind of, sort of. If you've just jumped in and you haven't done it, please hit the like button on the stream because that does stuff. And Tom's going to give us a tour of Rocket Restorations in just a minute here. The shop, the place where I spend some of my days, and he spends all of them.
It's my house, so I'm here pretty much all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I've got the Dead Dodge Garage World headquarters, so
True.
it's kind of the same operation. Never leaving, that is. Noah says, I'm so excited for the tour. I'm a slut for cool signs and anything related to cool garage paraphernalia. Yeah, you're going to love it because Tom has like all of it.
And keep in mind, I have a fraction of the stuff up that I have. I have an entire attic full. I have 2 other garages full. It's stuff I've gotten the last couple of years. And unfortunately, I'm working on cars rather than hanging up signs, but I need to like, when it gets warmer this summer, we're going to get some cars out of the back shops and like get some more stuff hung up because it's like, but it's so time consuming. I've got a super cool 12-foot Rambler neon sign that's just been sitting in my back shop for 2 years. And it's like, I just need to get it up one day. I just got to like make it happen.
Rooster sent me a video yesterday. He's doing science with a heater in his shop, but he sounds very much like me in that, which is funny because he said that in a comment a while ago. That's why he calls himself, Dead Dodge Garage East Campus or Midwest Edition or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, he sent me a video. I was like, okay, I see what he's saying because it sounds like me. And then of course he responded and said, well, I'm pretty sure you sound like me, Buster, because I got seniority here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stacy says the ranch video makes me want an A-body real bad. Unfortunately, people want ridiculous amounts, even for really rough examples. Yeah, I know. In the last year, I've sold 6 darts, and the cheapest one was $2,500, and that was as a favor to a fellow YouTuber. Usually, they're $4,000 to $5,000, and I don't feel good about that. But unfortunately, that's how things are now.
By the way, if anybody's looking for an A-body, I've got a pretty nice Duster I'm just putting up for sale. So
yes.
Contact me or Jamie. It's a 70 Duster Slant 6 Auto, but it's factory Tour Red. So
and factory bucket seat car, although the buckets aren't there.
Yeah, but it's a pretty nice car. So
yeah,
let me know.
Cool. I teased it on video at least once and on my Instagram. It's pretty sweet. Tony says my favorite anime was Black Lagoon. I don't know that one. Japanese schoolgirls who were a hit squad. I don't know that one either.
I can think of a couple.
Dan says that one was fun. You need Rooster's 70 Sport Fury. Well, maybe. Bell James emailed me. He's got a 79 Chrysler 300, which is super cool, and I should probably try and get, but like, how many cars?
Oh, mom comments.
How many cars? My mom's in the comments and says, finally, someone reminds me in time to watch, and then I got a phone call.
Oh.
Wow, well, we already shouted you out twice, so hopefully you caught at least one of them. Hope you're doing all right. And she says hello. Where's the Lemons race you got to go to?
It's in Shelton at the Ridge Motorsports Park out in Shelton. It's an awesome track.
When is this?
It's April Fool's Day.
My anniversary? Fuck.
Oh.
I was just going to say I really want to, I want to see some Lemons racing.
Well, it's Saturday and Sunday, and I can get you in. So I know people. So I work the race. So it's Saturday and Sunday. So I don't know if you're going away for the whole weekend for your anniversary, but if you can sneak out one day, it's a lot of fun. So
I'll have to ask my wife what I'm doing for the whole weekend. I don't really know.
She makes the plans.
She might want to go see some goofy racing. I don't know.
I kind of want.
My friend Mike says you're lucky to have me. So there you go.
I am. Jamie's great. He's fantastic. He's working 3 days a week for me. I wish it was more right now because we're getting backed up, but he's got his own stuff to do too. So
yeah, and every time I'm like, all right, I'm caught up. I could do more. Something else shows up. Like I don't even remember what I was doing. I don't know. I was just in the house earlier and I heard a weird noise and I look up out the window and there was a tow truck driving away from dropping a mail truck in my driveway. Like no one called, no one wrote. They just drop them off. Like, here you go, buddy.
You don't even know, man. They just show up. They're like cockroaches.
Dude, they never go away. That's for damn sure.
Oh, they've got her strapped in.
Yeah, they've got my mom strapped to the leg mover 5,000 again. It's funny.
That's just...
Sport Fury is a number car, 3D3 and 800 to Tom.
Send some pictures to Jamie.
Yeah.
I might be interested in that.
Those were certainly all words.
Mm-hmm. Let me know, Rooster. I might be interested in that. I love Sport Furies. I've got a GT. I'll show you. It's inside the shop, so I'll show you guys in a minute here.
My mom's dragging me for not making my way to the hospital to visit her today, for which I apologize profusely.
That's what moms do. They're really good at that.
I feel bad. But I don't know. I ended up just not going anywhere. I thought about this morning, like, okay, I'm going to have to do that. But then I had some Irish cream in my coffee. And then I was like, you know what? I don't feel like putting on pants today. So I was,
you put on pants. They're just.
No. Well, I mean, I guess they're pants.
I almost wore my jammies to the hospital to visit.
I apologize profusely. Well, Tom, I think it's about that time. We got to the bottom of the comments.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to turn my phone around and kind of do this blind. So you have to tell me if this looks terrible. So, but we'll just start here. So I'll start with my office. I have a huge license plate collector. So these are all my pre-58 wide plates and frames. The neon Mopar clock. That's one of my favorites. It's in my office.
I think I can make you big. Hold on. I don't know if I can get it back again, but here. Okay, I made you big. You're the whole window.
And then this is one of my coolest finds ever. I got this from a guy. This is a Soxon Martin Plymouth car, supercar clinic poster from SL Savage in Seattle. It's got a bunch of mold on it, but it's like the frame it came in. I just think that's like one of the coolest posters I've ever seen. I just think it's super, super cool. More plates. And then this is a super cool cabinet. It's like they had them in the 70s for like direct connection stuff. So the pole in the middle there was to like hang jackets, but this is like a lot of my smalls. Can you see this, Jamie?
Yes.
Okay. Here's like some pins I just got in an estate sale, like cufflinks, like some trophies, like office stuff. This is a lot of just my smalls. I've got a Olympia neon in there. That's a Chrysler bag. So kind of cool stuff. All right. I'll go down the hallway. I kind of have a thing for plates and frames.
Just a little.
Yeah, I get obsessed with something and it gets out of hand really, really fast.
That is a lot.
Tom, you definitely have to show him the sign that I kick every single day on accident.
So this isn't,
I don't know how it's not broken.
It needs to get hung up. So
Yeah.
this is an NOS sign. I was in Western North Dakota going through a dealership, and he's like, hey, you want to see the back warehouse? I start going through the warehouse. He literally had a scrap pile in the corner. And I'm starting to dig through the scrap pile, like see if I can find anything cool. And I see like a cardboard box kind of underneath the pile. And this sign was in the bottom of the scrap pile in cardboard, brand new in the box. And by some miracle, it wasn't broken.
Wow.
They were literally throwing scrap metal on it for 30 years and it never got broken. They never hung the sign up. It's brand new.
Wow. That's so cool.
Oh, you think I have a lot of license plates? Wait.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So here's the license plate wall. This room's a mess. I apologize. So that hole right there is where I'm going to put the Rambler neon sign, which is going to go up soon. It's a 12-foot tall Rambler neon sign. So that's what the hole's there for. This is my porcelain wall. So that's Vico Motor Oil, PEP 88. That came out of California. That was a Utah oil dealer that's really rare. Got a few Mopars. I know there's a Chevy sign up there. It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. It'll be okay.
No, not okay.
No, it's okay.
It's okay. So this is like my eBay shelves. So I sell a lot of stuff on eBay. That's most of the stuff that goes on eBay. Here's a super cool poster I found in the attic of a dealer in Kansas. So it's Plymouth wins at Riverside, and it's all their wins from 64. I'm trying to find a poster company that can like try to put it back together.
It's a little haggard.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And I also got a 20-foot neon sign in the attic of that building, but I've not gotten it home yet. I'm trying to figure out how to get a 20-foot neon sign home from Kansas right now. The special service tools is cool. Jamie was talking about a little bit on the 4-speed video, but I collect service tools. But this came out of a dealership in Port Angeles, Murray Motors. They were a bankruptcy dealer, unfortunately. So they got closed down in 2009. But they had this up in their attic. And I think it's from the 30s. It's like really old tools. But I just thought it was like super, super cool. It was like almost black when I got it. And I cleaned it off. It actually ended up looking pretty good.
Murray Motors is the license plate frame on Murray's CUDA, right?
Yeah, I got him a couple frames. We have
That's
a customer
so cool.
named Murray, and I got him some Murray plate frames in Port Angeles. He loved it.
I just want to point out, anyone that knows Mopar, like in the shot just a second ago, there was a B-body console. Just sitting there, there's a B-body console. And right next to that is an NOS Dodge grill from the early 90s to the right. Like, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is like, this looks like just a pile of stuff but it's almost all like it's either rare collectible Mopar bits or NOS stuff that has come out of dealers across the country. It is such an amazing stash.
So this is a Art Deco lighted sign that says brakes. I got one that said, can't remember what the other one. I think it's service. It's actually in my other office. This is a Cadillac clock. I got them at an estate sale 2 weekends ago. Some kind of cool stuff. All right. I have an electric hoist, which I got theoretically to hang up signs, but I haven't gotten many signs hung up since I got it.
I did use it for bad video effects in one of the videos on the 64 Plymouths.
That's a real Willie service sign. It's painted tin. It's not porcelain. Fuel pump reference guide. That says GM Hydromatic Drive. I got that in a dealership in Nebraska. I've got a really good neon guy who's good at restoring the stuff. I have a neon.
A neon.
Oh
Yep.
Yeah.
I love all of these.
No drive.
That's our notes for this. Is like what we're doing on cars and what we still have left to do. It's kind of like when you got 3 guys in the shop, it's kind of nice to have notes for each other.
A little bit of organization. There's a list of parts that were stolen out of stock and need to be billed on there, that kind of stuff.
These are most of my organ plates, though I ran out of room. I have a lot more organ plates. And then I'm really not sure what the origin of this Plymouth sign is. We found it on Craigslist like 5 years ago, and it's painted tin. They said it was in a bar in Seattle, but I don't know much history on it. Somebody said it might have been like World War II or something, but I don't know. I can't read the comments right now. But if anybody knows anything about that sign, I'd love to find some history on it. But it's old. It's like probably World War II or pre-World War II is kind of what it looks like age-wise. I just thought it was cool. It looked Plymouth. I'm not sure it came out of a Plymouth dealer or not.
The only thing in the comments so far, just so you know, was the best typo I've ever seen in my life from Noah. He likes your clock.
Okay.
But he said something else first.
Awesome.
Super good.
These are some Mopar cabinets, which I really need like organized. These were like cabinets that they had in dealerships, and they were full of like NOS parts and points and condensers. And
I've done a little organize that top service center one. I've organized that quite a bit.
Yeah, we need to really spend some more time in here, but there's some cool stuff in here. But I need to like gut these and have these like dedicated for like, certain things.
I've been doing the Coronet project. I've been pulling little electrical connector pieces out of that factory Mopar stuff all the time. It's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So here's the Coronet 500.
There it is.
It is on the lift. I could go up, but that sounds loud.
It is very loud. Yeah, and the people have seen it. I've done several videos on this car. I've tried to document it pretty well. I've had my hands like every stupid hose and wire and bit you see in that engine compartment. I kind of put together.
Yep. So, the fuel injection's working now. Jamie's still got to clean up the wiring. We got to put the AC lines on. The front end's basically it's all held on by like 2 bolts. So we basically need to finish the front end, paint some parts, get that together, do the top, windshield. This car's getting pretty close. Hopefully soon.
Hey, Stacy, no, the big Plymouth sign is not a neon, but there is a really big neon sign in the shop, which he will show you.
Yes. I wish it was neon. I mean, I could make that into a neon, which would be really, really cool. But it was not originally a neon. And it's just painted tin. It's not porcelain. Here's the 392 Hemi for the 71 Challenger that Jamie's teased a little bit. We'll be doing a bunch of stuff on that pretty soon.
I actually filmed a video on the car. I did not film the engine for some reason. But, man, yeah, I took a long lunch the other day and took that car out. I love it. I kept showing the beautiful red on the camera. I just love that thing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we basically just have shells for cars. So this is all the 73 Charger over here for the most part. 67 Coronet over here. Here's most of my can collection. I've got kind of a lot of cool stuff up there. I'm not really a can guy, but I keep on finding it. That Mopar thing in the corner is like to hold a parts book. So it's like a old school thing where you put a parts book in it and you can like read it. Got some kind of
show them the chrome shelf.
Chrome polish. That was kind of cool. Oh yeah, the chrome shelf. So where did the chrome shelf go?
It's here, right?
Oh, right there.
Right there.
So after the Ben snowboard auction, we've talked about it a little bit. Ben was a Mopar collector and actually ended up buying the house after they had the estate sale. But we ended up with a bunch of chrome parts. So we're trying to make a complete big block in chrome, basically. So every chrome part we find at a swap meet, we buy. So we've got a power steering pump. We've got chrome air cleaner. We've got a chrome bell housing, chrome water pump housing, chrome fan, bunch of direct connection parts, chrome distributor, chrome pulleys. I think we have a chrome intake somewhere too. So at some point, we're going to put together a chrome 440 for no other reason that we were bored one day and thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So,
well, you've almost got enough to do a chrome small block too. So
yeah, it's pretty
there.
close. Okay, so Jamie hasn't teased this one yet, but this one's pretty cool. It's a real Dodge Daytona. This is a customer of mine's. He bought this car. He got it a couple years ago, and it basically was like just a real tired driver. We basically did a front to back mechanical restoration on it, and didn't basically touch any of the body and the paint. And which is kind of cool because it's kind of an older paint job on it. That's okay. But he can just drive this thing, and the owner loves driving his cars. So that was kind of the goal we did with this, is to make it a driver car. And it's obviously Daytona. It gets a lot of attention.
It does that. People stop in the middle of the road to take pictures of it.
Yes.
I really can't stress how nicely that car drives. I've driven a good few Chargers at this point. That one is great.
Well, we had a really good alignment guy who did the alignment on that, and we did all the work on it, did the offset upper control arm bushings. It's pretty stock, but I don't know what we did to that car, but it's great. That thing just goes down the road so straight and so nice. So here's the 71 Challenger. Jamie's going to do a video on this pretty soon. So it has a 360 Magnum crate motor in it right now. That's a 380 horse. That's coming out for that.
That's a lie.
What? Is it 340?
It says 340, but that's a lie.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. No, it's a it wants
and we're basically we're doing a 392 Hemi swap on this. We're gonna paint the engine bay, do a few other things. We're gonna put vintage air on it, but I'm really looking forward to this one. We've never done a modern Hemi swap before, so I'm really, really looking forward to doing this car. And we're gonna do a bunch of cleanup. We're actually gonna repaint the engine bay while you have it out, fill up some holes that are not supposed to be there. He's already got 4-wheel disc brakes on this. He's got a 6-speed stick. He's got some good stuff on this already, and we're gonna keep that stuff with the resto mod. But as I said, we've never done one before, and I'm really looking forward to this. I think this car is going to be a blast when we're done with it. So
it is. It's pretty good now. I can only imagine with another 100+ horsepower, 150, I think, actually.
Yeah, it's gonna haul. It really is.
It's got 4-wheel Willwoods. It's got sway bars, Hotchkiss front and back. It's got the fancy adjustable strut rods. It's got, I don't know what kind of torsion bars he's got in it, but I know they're painted red. It's got the Borgeson steering box. It has the Willwood Master. It has an American powertrain, hydraulic clutch. There is so much good stuff in that car. It's amazing.
He did a great job building this. I mean, the biggest compliment I can give somebody is I would build this car almost exactly the same.
Exactly.
That is a great compliment to how he built this car.
And you guys will see in the video, I'm almost I'm drooling about it and just extolling its virtues. It drives so nice. It's
really if you guys don't know what a Borgeson box is, that's what that is. So basically it's from what I've been told, they kind of use it's basically like a Jeep Grand Cherokee steering box, basically, that they modified to work
one of those Saginaw boxes.
So it's like a newer box, but it's it weighs 30 pounds less than a power steering box. You have way more room, and there's a lot of good road feel with it. We did it on a 68 300 convertible about 1.5 years ago, and I was real impressed with it. It works really, really well. So
we got a comment on the Challenger from a username Scarlet the Four-Eyed Cuda, which must be a 71. Who says, and I want to respond to this, sad to see a great car like that get an engine swap. Okay, here's the thing, Scarlett. This is a 318 car. The engine in it is a 90s Magnum crate engine from Chrysler. Nothing about this car is factory. Nothing. Not one piece that's left on it aside from the car and the interior. The interior is still stock. But this car has already been transformed from a base nothing 318 car into what it is now. So I understand what you're saying. If this was an original 340 car, or an original 444 speed, he wouldn't have done this. This was a blank slate car. It was a 318 car, and it's the perfect thing to build into what you want. So again, I understand what you're saying, but personally, as far as it's gone already, the Hemi is just the icing on the cake. This is a serious driver's car, a handling car, and with the hood shut, aside from the fact that I think it's going to say Hemi on the side of the hood, you won't know. I mean, it looks like a factory Challenger. So
yep. And we're going to fix a bunch of little things like, the scoops are painted black. We're going to paint them red and do some paint touch up and stuff. So there's a few other things we're going to do to it to clean it up. I think he's going to save the vinyl side. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I think he's going to keep those on there for now.
Yeah,
so.
they're there.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Scarlett sees things my way. You get a green light. My 71 has a numbers matching 383 727 two fender tag car. Awesome. Yeah, and see a car like yours. I teased putting a Hemi in my factory 383 Charger, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it right how it is because it's already how it's supposed to be. So a car like yours, I would do exactly what you're doing. But like I say, this one, base model 318 car, that's a blank slate to me.
Yep. Okay, let me show you just some of the equipment we use here. Here's the alignment machine we bought, which immediately failed. So Jamie had to find another one in Aberdeen to make it work. But we're actually doing our own alignments now just because I couldn't, we had a really good alignment guy and he changed jobs and I couldn't use him anymore. And it's and taking a car to an alignment shop is a pain in the butt because you can't drive it there. So you have to trailer it there. Then you have to leave it. In fact, we had to do the alignment on this Daytona and I did not want to leave it at some shop while the alignment was getting done. So I decided to just get our own alignment machine. And Jamie's doing a pretty good job learning how to do it. He'd never really done it before, but it's not super complicated. It's just, getting it to where you need to be. And
it's easier than I thought it was, honestly. Almost the hardest part is setting up all the sensors and getting it. Now that I've done it twice, I can just do it again, no problem. The very first time, trying to figure out the idiosyncrasies of the machine was challenging, but yeah.
Here's a sun distributor machine, which actually does turn on. Jamie keeps on threatening to spend a day on that to see if we can get to work right, but I just
it makes horrible grinding noises.
It does, but it may just lube the bearing. It should be fine.
It's cool.
But yeah, that was over in a dealership in Eastern Washington that I bought a bunch of stuff out of and had the distributor machines. So that was cool. I am poor, so I have a U.S. General toolbox, but it works great. But
hey,
then again, I don't have a $50,000 toolbox bill. So
I do, and let me just say, U.S. General's looking pretty damn good. It's fine.
And here's our sandblaster. It's got a dry blast cabinet and all that. It takes some maintenance, but it works pretty good. I mean, we can't get a fender in there, but we do a lot of sandblasting here. This is kind of cool. I almost forget this is up here sometimes, but I had a buddy of mine who was his dad was in the NASCAR program. So that's Buddy Baker's pit board from the 69 Michigan race when he was racing a Charger 500. They were he was actually helping crew the race and they were packing up to go back to South Carolina, and Cotton Owens looks at him and says, "Kid, I'm not taking this back to South Carolina. You just take it." So that's from the 69 Michigan race, Buddy Baker. It's kind of cool.
I've seen that so many times, and I had no idea what it was.
I hadn't told you the story on that.
No.
But see, it's a chalkboard because they didn't have radios back then, so they would write messages on there to pit or go faster. Mm-hmm. That's how they communicated in NASCAR races in '69. That thing's really cool.
Wow. Stacy has a question. How long have you been in business, Tom?
Well, I started my business in pretty much right after college, 04, 05. And then another guy, Mike, started Rocket Restorations before then. And then we basically merged businesses about 15 years ago. And then he kind of got burned out and got out. So I ended up basically buying the business from him, probably 9-10 years ago. So, Rocket's been in business for about 20 years. I've been running it solo for about 9 or 10 years now. So, but years have no meaning. So it could be 15. I don't even know. This is all stuff from an estate sale I bought 2 weekends ago where I got some of that other stuff. I haven't even gone through it yet. It's a lot of 50 stuff, NOS stuff.
A lot of so the viewers know this is common. Another weekend, another stash of old stuff comes in.
God, that's adorable.
Yes. Switch to Dodge trucks and save gas.
You know what that is, right? Pull the cap off. Well, it might be hard to do with one hand.
Oh, it's a lighter.
Yep.
Oh,
that is freaking awesome.
It's so
I didn't
cool.
even know that.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, there are 3 of them in there. None of them seem to flinch.
Oh, you tried? Of course you did.
I did. Of course I did.
I wonder if you took
I didn't know what it was either. I was looking at it is this for a model kit or something? And then Trev took it out of my hand, took the cap off and said it's a lighter.
Yeah, here's another thing. This is just totally random, but this is from another estate sale. This is a traffic ticket a salesman got at Brewer Chrysler Plymouth in a 70 CUDA in 1969. Oh, Cascade Plymouth. Can you read that?
Almost. You're not quite centered with it, but
Yeah, sorry.
other way.
Nope.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
70 CUDA. Guy got a traffic ticket in 1969 with a 70 CUDA from the dealership. Still has the dealership plate on it.
So cool.
He was racing a 64 Plymouth. So here's all the stuff he bought from the dealership: a Ram intake, a race 4-speed, a race torque flight, a Hemi 2.4 setup. These are the prices he paid in 1969 at Brewer Chrysler Plymouth. Just cool stuff I collect. That's direct connection racing manuals.
Oh, I have that in a binder.
Do you?
I do. I have all of them.
3. It's cool.
I got that from Dale. It's so neat.
Yeah. This is NOS 59 Imperial upholstery material. This is stuff I just need to go through. It's just been sitting here for a week. I got to get it cleaned up.
There's a pizza box in there too. Don't worry about that.
There is. Trev didn't throw that away. Here's more stuff I bought a couple weeks ago. These are 2 340s. That's a 69 340 and a 70 340. I need to get them over next door. Keep in mind, I have another shop just as big as this full of parts, but there's no Wi-Fi over
the
there.
Wi-Fi doesn't reach there. Yeah, that shop is. I think I've shown it on video a little bit, not in detail or anything, but like going through and looking for engine parts and stuff.
This
There's
is more
so much.
More sign overflow. That's like from 52 or 53. It's like Walter P. Chrysler, the guy running it
himself.
That's a frame for a Dodge RV plastic sign, which I think the plastics are in my other shop. That's a Plymouth Silver Dome era, which is stuff that needs to either get hung up or put away.
Mm-hmm.
These are super cool. These came from a local dealer. They had a used car shop across the street from their main dealer, and it got turned into a exercise place, like what do you call it? Gym. And then they were like cleaning out one day, and they found all these NOS signs in the back from 1971, 1972. So it's all like the used car signs they put on them. But those are like, they went on the antennas and like on the windshields, but pretty cool stuff. For all you stereo people, this isn't like the coolest stereo ever, but I actually got a decent stereo in here. It's a Marantz 420 70, so we can have tunes while we're working on cars in here.
That's a new edition. It used to be a tiny, crappy boombox on an upside-down bucket with a wire attached to the wall.
But you got to have a stereo.
The Marantz is way better.
Here's my parts book collection, which is you got to have this stuff.
You didn't. I distracted you, and you didn't really get to show the collection of books on the other side.
Oh, should I go back over there?
Well, maybe in a minute.
Okay, I'll end up back over there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, where are we here? All right, let's do my 2 cars real quick.
Yeah.
So that's 1970 Sport Fury GT. Cool car. It's silver with burnt orange interior. Like, if you don't know C bodies that well, the Sport Fury GT is kind of the king of full-size Plymouths. It was, 440, had exhaust tips. They actually made a V code one, which Trev has one of the guys who works for me. There's been a couple that have gone through the property here. They only made very few V code ones.
Around 66.
Yeah, around 66. And apparently they made 666 total GTs, which
supposedly.
I don't know if somebody was messing with the numbers there or whatever, but
supposedly.
But this is cool. This car got in a front end accident in I think 81 in Utah, and got parked in a wrecking yard, kind of in central Utah, and the guy just kept it. He never did anything with it. It just sat there. It wasn't too bad of an accident, but it was enough not to fix it back then. And I was lucky enough to get it a couple years ago. So that's what I'm going to do, hopefully fairly soon. Here's most of the parts for the 71 Challenger Hemi swap. That's a 440 right there that we broke in on the engine run stand. I think Jamie might have had a video of that.
Yes.
But that is for this car, which you can't see because I have so much crap piled on top of it. But this is the next car I'm going to do. This is a 1968 Sport Fury convertible. That's a factory 440 4-speed car. And not only that, it has a Dana 53 rear end. It has 15-inch wheels with G70 15 redline tires, which, if you know Mopars very well, that was the A12 tire. So it's a huge tire. Has white bucket seats, console, and a console tack, and an A-track, with manual steering, manual brakes. So I've got a parts car for this. I'm trying to get my body guy lined up. I'm really hoping to start on body and paint on this year. And I've been collecting NOS parts for this for like 5 to 10 years for this thing. So I have like pretty much every part for this thing to go together once I get the body and paint done.
You can't really see it now with the Challenger stuff in the way, but when I got there was an obvious mountain of NOS parts on the trunk. Like, it's that.
There's some
It's
of it.
amazing. There's so much. Oh, it's for the 68. Okay, throw it in the pile.
Like, you know, we go through a lot of dealers doing these stops, and like one random part I found in a dealer was a glass lens for the console tack. I even have that NOS for this car. I have a lot of good parts for this car. So I'm sorry you can't see it that well because it's completely buried in crap. But yeah, I'm hoping to have the body and paint at least started on this year. We'll see what happens.
Mikey Mopar has a comment for you, and I just want to qualify this, Mikey. When he says that, the comment is that's quite a few next car I'm going to do laying around there. Mikey, the other cars you see are jobs, and they are in progress. They're all in different stages of restoration. The 68 convertible is his next car that he's going to do for himself.
Yes.
And then after that, the 70.
Yep. And what's really cool on these is they actually have factory tips on these cars, and it's basically sorry.
So, the Challenger tip.
Yeah, it's basically a Challenger tip with a different extension on it. So, but they are unique to the GT, but that's the original
You
exhaust
have the
tip.
hangers in there.
Yep.
Nice. You know Trev's friend reproduced those?
Yeah, I do. She was, yeah, and it's pretty cool stuff.
Michael Adamo says that car is beautiful. Silver with burnt orange interior. Yes.
Yep. And what's
fully automatic.
The weird part about it is it's like a 0 option car. It has the two most expensive options you can get. There's AC and an A-track, and like nothing else. It's standard mirror, bench seat, like just 323 open, just super boring car, except for the A-track and the air conditioning, which is Utah. Here's a couple Penastars. That's a red one in a blue box. Unfortunately, with this one, it was in really good shape, and I was moving it from one shop to another, and the wind caught it as I was moving it to try to put it in my truck, and it cracked it. Unfortunately, I was pretty upset that day. That's a Mopar service sign I picked up in Kansas last year. That's a top quality used cars. This was an NOS sign in the box, but it was NOS because they didn't put it up. So it's, can you see that? Dependable used cars. Yep. I've got a couple of other of those since then that are a little better shape, but kind of ended up in the corner here. I'm kind of a cop car guy. That's actually an original Washington State Patrol light bar, which I don't know if I'll ever put on a car, but I love old cop cars. I have lots of them.
Yeah. How many are you at? Do you even know? I think last count, it was like 12.
It's 7 WSP cars. I think it's 11 or 12 right now, cop cars. So that's actually NOS carpet. So here's some of my tool collection. So I think I have 3 sets of tools now, but they're all like partials. So like if you open them up, they're always missing some stuff. So here's the 70 kit. You can kind of see in there, like most of the parts, a bunch of the parts are missing. And then here's a whole shelf of tools. But I'll tell you what, man, like having the original tools to work on these cars is like life-changing. Like it really is.
It is such a huge difference.
Like this is a really cool tool. I've got a couple of these now, but this is a steering column tool. So if you're working on a steering column, you just bolt the column up to that and put it in a vise. So you can completely work on a steering column without scratching anything, without having to roll over. It's like, it just uses the same bolts you would to bolt into a car. You can put it on a vise. Super easy.
I was supposed to take one of those and I left it there.
There's a couple right here.
Yeah, it's that one. It's that one right there.
There's a factory torsion bar tool. I know there's a lot of aftermarket tools, but that's actually the factory torsion bar tool to remove a torsion bar because you have to sandwich it and then hammer it out.
A torsion bar tool? You mean vice grips and a sledgehammer?
Yeah.
Nice.
Another box of tools. Here's the Jamie did the 440 build video. So here's the one for it's a 70 Monaco wagon. We're gonna hopefully paint this next week. We spray everything out of a gun. We paint a motor. I don't like using bomb cans. It just doesn't hold up. So we actually buy our paint from Frank Battleson and shoot it out of a gun. But we're just waiting for it to warm up a little bit. It was really cold last week, which I'm sure you Midwest people are cackling at us, but it was like, 40, 45 last week. So it's supposed to be mid 50s this week.
At us.
Yeah, exactly. But it's supposed to be like mid 50s next week. And this old enamel paint needs some heat to dry. So we're going to wait till it's a little bit warmer. Hopefully paint it next week. That's a 61 Lancer kit, all the factory tools.
Yeah. And it's like all there.
Yep.
I've dug through a lot of that over these last couple weeks.
Yeah. Here's kind of our junk pile. It's like it's kind of roughly organized, but like, bumper guards and dimmer switches and body plugs. Like when you're restoring a car, like it's super, super valuable to have this stuff. when you just need a nut bolt or fastener or a certain part, it's really nice being able to go to a bin and just be like, okay, I need a radiator cap, side marker lenses, ignition switches, seat belts, a lot of good stuff there. Here's a bunch of a whole box of NOS wiper blades. So if you're trying to put the original wipers on, you can have those. There's a bunch of random sizes in there, but that was something else I got from a dealership. Here's the 71 340 CUDA. You did this is the one we just did the 4-speed on. So Evan got the 4-speed in on Friday. Got a new radiator. It's like the original part number and everything. It had just a generic radiator in it. And this was one of those, it kind of snowballed a little bit because we just brought it in to get the 4-speed, but the remain was leaking into the clutch, and then the water pump was leaking. So he kind of ended up taking kind of half the engine apart in there. Did a bunch of paint touch up on it. Sorry, I know the light isn't good back here. And did a bunch of touch up on it. So we'll do a few more things to it, but we're almost done with this one. So hopefully we'll get it running on Monday. And if the weather's halfway decent, we'll get out and get a test drive and make sure Jamie put the 4-speed together right.
Woo! Well, we got to find out somehow. I'm really excited to drive it. I just love that car.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a 340, 71 340 4-speed and B7. Yep. It's a really nice car. Murray loves this car.
I just love the stripper look. No top, no stripe.
Looks
it's awesome.
fast.
So here's more parts, oil filters, electrical. This is the part where I really need to organize. Here's all filters, a lot of NOS filters. These are my long ram collection. I've got a bunch of those.
Jamie needs to steal a couple of those.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Some 340 manifolds. I just picked up a 68 340 CUDA, so it's probably going to go on that. Some NOS gas tanks. That's actually a C-body NOS gas tank that's going to go on my convertible. Again, NOS part. There's a Holly Sniper setup that's going to go on that 73 Charger that we're building the stroker for. Yeah. There's lots of good stuff in here.
Chris N asked if you have any recommendations on getting cars painted. I assume you really only have the one source for that locally.
Yeah, we've got a local guy I like. If you message us, I can give you his name. I'm not sure where you live.
Hey, stop walking and back up and point the camera up.
What?
You missed something very important.
What did I miss?
The Dodge sign.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Shaggy.
This is my coolest sign.
Yeah.
We
cool.
plug that thing in and it gives this delightful warm glow.
So the story behind this one is I was at Spring Fling down in Los Angeles in Van Nuys, California. I go down there every year. And Evan, who usually travels with me, was just going on Craigslist, and there was a Dodge sign for $300 on Craigslist, and it said Crown Dodge. It was on Crown Dodge in Ventura, California. I don't know how old this is. My guess is it's probably 70s. I spent a significantly higher amount of that restoring it. I know it's probably kind of hard to see, but basically what we had to do was, because there were just letters that were flush mounted on the building. So I had my neon guy. There's actually an aluminum frame underneath there. And then you can see the white behind the letters. So it was in 3 pieces because there was no way we could hang this up together. It was just too big. So there's 3 pieces that basically screwed up on top of that. And then we wired it all together for the sign. And I still have the crown letters, but honestly, this thing's so huge. I mean, it's I think it's 16 feet. There was just no way to do anything with the crown letters. And honestly, I just wanted to see the Dodge. I didn't really care about the crown. So I still have the letters, but I didn't put it up. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I just bought another neon sign in Kansas last year that I'm trying to figure out how to get home right now. And that's probably going to go up on the other side of this beam. That one's kind of cool. It's actually an implement sign company, but they were a Mopar dealer. So that's what
does it say?
The other neon?
Yeah.
It's a Rooks County Implement Co. And it's green. So I think they were a John Deere dealer. But it's they're actually a Mopar dealer. I had the address. It's actually up in the attic over a grocery store. I don't even know how I'm gonna get it down. It's like a story up with no stairs. You have to get a ladder up there. So I still have to figure out how to get that thing down. So I may be making a trip out to Kansas this summer to go get it because I haven't been able to find anybody to bring it back for me. I got some other stuff to do out there too. So yeah. All right, go back to the service manual section over here.
Oh yeah.
So again, I need to do a better job of organizing these, but we have pretty much every service manual for every car. I've got a lot of the Dave Wise books. Like these are really handy. They're judging guides. If I want to open over here, but when we're doing OE restoration, this is like, this is the stuff that kind of tells you like how to put the cars together.
We were in one of those the other day for that 440, and we learned that the correct oil cap should have an S in the middle. So we went and dug around and found one with an S. It's amazing.
Here's like final top reference photos, like fender tag stuff, heater boxes, dryers. I mean, like these are fantastic books. But yeah, it's a Dave Wise MMC Mopar. This is the B body one. He does the E body one too. So if you're looking for like stock restoration stuff, like that's the way to go. I know some people are into that, some aren't, but a lot of the stuff we do here, especially on the Daytona, we try to do as original as possible. Obviously on this Coronet and the Challenger, we're not really worried a lot about that, but we still like stuff really sanitary and try to have it as original as possible. Like for example, on the Coronet, we have an aluminum radiator in there, but it looks like a factory one. It doesn't have the part number on it, but it has the round top. And yeah, it looks really good. So
yeah, I'm gonna order one of those for my Charger. I need to get that done.
Yeah. But yeah, all the service manuals, and I've got another shelf in the other shop too that's got all this stuff on it too. Chemical shelf, Mopar clamps, sign. This is a thing that came out of a parts store. It's just all like nuts, bolts, and fasteners and stuff. It's like really valuable stuff to have.
There's so much.
Chrome starter from our
Chrome
town. Yay! So that's kind of cool. Anything else I missed, Jamie? Or is that pretty much everything?
For the most part, I mean, there's more cabinets, there's more little things. Yeah. There's behind the toolbox, there's that big kind of plastic bin deal that's got tons of, like, I've been through it so many times. There's just so much in there. Like,
yeah, this is cool. I got this from a guy in like Iowa. He used to like restore high-end Mopars, but there's like lug nuts.
Again, the connectors, fittings, speed nuts. There's so much. There's a set of pistol grips in there. I found a Hergert shift handle in there.
Yeah, again, like this is just stuff we use: ignition switches,
or jam switches,
bolts, valve spring retainers, door switches. Like they don't actually make. Well, I think they make the two, but there's a couple of these they don't make, and they don't really work that well. But just stuff we use around the shop that's like really valuable.
Yeah, it's just amazing how little stuff like that makes the difference. Like putting a car together is so much of, well, I need this nut, I need this little bracket, I'm missing this little piece, and having all that is amazing.
Yeah, it's valuable. I mean, it's just like, even if you go to the parts store, get a nut or something, it's like you don't have to do that. It's all here. But that's why, we're known for our restorations, because we have all this stuff, and I'm a giant hoarder, so that helps too. So.
It pays.
Oh. But this kind of stuff we have to have to, be able to finish the cars. So here's our wash tank. It's a little ghetto, but it works pretty good.
Yeah, the wash tank and the sandblaster seriously get a workout. Like,
yes,
yeah. I have one of each of those here. In fact, I have the same wash tank. My sandblaster really sucks, and I'm jealous of yours.
So these are cool. These came out of that estate sale. Dodge coming on big for 65. For some of you that are in the older stuff, Plymouth, the star of the Ford look. Cool rulers. These are a bunch of the data books. So these are really nice to have too. I actually have some of these in my office, but Dodge Colt. But it like has like,
I don't think you need that one.
Probably not, but it's like all the specs on a Colt. I mean, I've got all the good ones in my office, but these are some I got at the estate, so I just haven't had a chance to go through it yet.
Oh, there's Box Mountain.
Yeah. When you do a lot of shipping, you got to have a lot of boxes. So this is called Box Mountain. It does have some avalanches sometimes. You have to get out of the way. Here's all the parts books again I got from that estate sale. Dodge Power Wagon parts list.
Take that out of there. I need that. That's amazing. 47 to, did that say 66?
56.
56. Okay, so that's Series 1 and Series 2.
Yep.
Wow.
Lancer Bolton, 80 catalogs, Red Hook sign. Not related. Yeah. Here's a NOS 72 Cuda Grill I picked up a couple weeks ago. Brand new in the box. I've got the lower valance too here somewhere. I think it's underneath it. But yeah, that's one I picked up a couple weeks ago. 72 NOS CUDA grill, brand new in the box.
Oh yeah, I kind of
cool.
thought you had sold that for some reason.
Nope, still have it. Fortunately, I'm kind of scared to ship it. So here's more service manuals and books here. A lot of the TSBs, those are real valuable to have. Air cleaner pile. That tobacco sign out there is kind of cool. That's a porcelain tobacco sign. We were in a dealership in like Iowa, and we're going through the attic. They've been bought out, and we go up in the attic. We find a whole bunch of NOS trim like up in this place in the attic that no one had ever been to before. And there's like this hole that's like 4x4, and like I'm up there with my brother. My brother didn't want to go back there. He chickened out. I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna go back there. So I go in this little room, and it was like a place where like kids were drinking in like the 40s and 50s. Like there was like old beer bottles back there, like they're like ancient. And I see this thing on the floor, and it's like so covered in dirt I couldn't even tell what it was. But I picked it up, and I could tell it was porcelain because it was heavy. You can just tell porcelain when you pick it up. And I ended up buying it, and it's like I'll never sell that sign because it has such a cool story with it. But I just love that sign.
Speaking of signs, Bell James asked how big that sign in Kansas that you need moved is.
It's a 20-footer. It's 20 feet long.
It's not small.
No, it's big. I don't know how tall it is, but yeah, here's more of my office. So these are all my data books here. So 69, 70. They have like paint samples in them, a lot of that kind of stuff. These are all like, another thing I collect is old dealer records. So like, so here's a dealer from Montana. I haven't really had a chance to go through this stuff yet, but like old window stickers and stuff. I love this stuff. And I've had really good luck like reuniting paperwork with cars. Like here's the original order forms from the dealership. But what I try to do is I try to put this all into a spreadsheet and put the VINs out there and see if the cars are still out there. I've actually been able to reunite, like this dealer was in Martinez, California. I actually found a 67 Barracuda there that I reunited the paperwork with the car. Guy was stoked.
Weren't you just telling me that 383 car that's coming in, he was missing his build plate and you found it or had a picture of it or something?
Yeah, so there's a there's a 67. Sorry guys, you're probably getting motion sickness. All right, I'm back to my computer. You can probably go split screen again.
Oh yeah, okay.
There we go.
What is that? That's not right. Here we go.
There we go.
That's everything's normal.
I'm getting it. Yeah. Hold on. I'm new to this. But yeah, there's a 68 383 4-speed CUDA that's going to come in the shop pretty soon. And they lost his fender tag in the body and paint process, and he bought it from the guy who got it lost. Well, I keep a registry of these cars, and I had the VIN in my registry, and it was actually on eBay in like 2012, and I'd seen it on eBay and saved the fender tag. So I actually have a picture of the fender tag for the guy, and he's pretty stoked about that. So
that's awesome.
So we're gonna try to like help him see if we can figure out what was on there and get that taken care of for him. But it's pretty cool. He has a picture of his fender tag now, which is really cool. So
I don't remember what we're doing with that car. Something.
Just like a bunch of little stuff. Like the guys who put it together weren't Mopar guys. So like, for example, the Z-bar hits the starter.
Oh, that was it. Because it's got headers, right?
Yep.
So they changed the Z-bar, and it's
and on a big block A-body Barracuda, like every part on there is unique. Like every single part's unique. Like nothing interchanges. So my guess is they put a non-big block Z-bar on it, and it just doesn't work. But he also has headers, which also may not work. So
right.
But he's supposed to bring it down here in a couple weeks, bring it up on the lift and kind of evaluate it and see what it needs and get parts and stuff. So
I'm looking forward to that. I've never seen a 383.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. He said it's built pretty good too. He said it hauls. So I'm really looking forward to driving that thing. So
yeah, that's awesome.
We get a lot of cool customers in here. I'm really happy with the people we work with. I have a really good stable of customers now that they bring their stuff back year after year. There's always work to be done on these. Like with the 71 CUDA 340 guy, he had a couple guys up in where he lived where he had one guy working on the CUDA and he left it outside in the rain for a week in the winter. I'm just like, I can't believe he was so mad when he found that out. And it's just people don't care. It's like, there's such bad customer service anymore. It's I really try to take care of my customers. I've got a couple guys with big collections that they just kind of rotate their cars in and out of here. And there's always something to fix all these old cars. Like even a completely restored car, even on that Daytona, we finished that thing a year and a half ago. And the tranny started leaking. One of the fuel lines let go because ethanol gas is there's always something to work on these cars. So
Yeah, we want to keep those people happy. So, your reputation proves that you've done a good job of that. Noah, our number one fan, of course, says, "Pretty cool, Tom. Pretty cool. I want to work there. Do you think it's worth the 105-mile drive there every day?" Well, Noah, actually, Trev drives farther than me. Trev drive, right? Like
he's in south of Seattle. So yeah, he's like
traffic.
70, 80 miles a day. Yeah.
Traffic makes that a bastard of a drive.
Well, because you're an hour, but you don't have traffic.
Hour, but yeah, it's no traffic. It's only, is it 50 miles or
50, something like that.
50-ish. I should know this. I do it every day. Anyway, no, I drive an hour, 50 miles each way. So probably we're kind of cramped though. We need about double the shop already. Tom was worried, like even having me there this winter, just because the three of us out there in the shop kind of tripping over each other, and it's challenging at times. We just have the 1-2 post lift, and it's a little challenging. So I don't know what hole we'd put you in, Noah, but
that is kind of a problem. It's like I try to stagger because one guy works 4 days a week, Trev usually works 4 days a week, Jamie works 3 days a week, so it's like we kind of like stagger stuff. They do like kind of extra hours to like make up the hours, but it's like we try to stagger the days off. But it's like when you guys need to lift, it's pretty tough, especially this time of year. When it's crappy weather and raining, it's like it's really hard to like shuffle cars around because like you don't want to take these nice cars out in the rain. So it's like it can be kind of hard. Like in the summer, like you can take a car outside and work on it all day, and it's fine. It's
I volunteered to do that cop car engine outside. That's fine, but I'm not doing it in 20 degrees.
No, it's no fun. So, yeah.
What else we got? Oh, Chris N says, "I'll bring you my 69 Hemi Roadrunner." Please do.
Yes.
I'd love to. That'd be awesome.
Oh, Rooster says to ask me what happens at his place when you don't pay your bill. Yeah, something about Rooster. I don't even remember how many years it's been there. But yeah, 70 Challenger. It's not only outside, it's like all the way outside, something like that. Is it under a tree? I don't know. There was something else. While you were doing the tour, Dave Duck messaged me, and here, I'll just show it on here, Dave. It's amazing. So Dave Duck is Dave Duck because he's in a band called Duck, and he's a drummer. And that's him back there in the back. But note the front man is wearing a duck suit.
Nice.
I've heard them. They're on YouTube. They're good stuff. Some metal. But yeah, he drives around. He's got a oh shit, I don't remember what year it is. Dakota RT. Yeah. That's
Dakota RT.
Dakota. Yeah. Pristine, like cream puff, indoor kept, like it's the purple color that many of them are.
Yeah, by the way, I mentioned this to Jamie the other day. I've wanted a Dakota RT for a while. I don't even know why. I just really like them, but like there's been a couple on Bring a Trailer, like 20, 25, 30 grand. Like that day may have passed. Like I may not be able to afford one anymore. So
my little brother had just the regular 4.7 two-wheel drive extended, like it looked like a Dakota RT. Mm-hmm. And that was fun enough, but it was also a 4.7, so the second
4.7, yeah.
But they're fun trucks, so I could definitely see, like, I get it. I mean, anything that says RT on it's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, Rooster says, customer service goes out the window when you don't pay, and the 70 Challenge is in the fucking snowbank.
Well, again, Rooster, like I have a really good clientele of customers who, I trust. They trust me.
They pay their bills.
I have a good reputation, and kind of the way we work here is, you pay once a month for work done. If you don't pay, then we stop working on your car. But you know what? That's never been a problem here. So,
Dave said it's a 1999 Dakota RT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff.
Those are cool trucks. I just think, like, I don't know what it is about those. Like, I can't stand the SRT 10 Rams. I don't know why. I just think they're ugly. But I really like the Dakota. I like that model year. I think it's one of the best designs they did on pickup truck. I just think it's a really good looking truck. But
it's the second gen Ram curved up a little bit more and shrunk. But they're not mini trucks either, so normal size people fit in them. So I like them. The problem is everyone just about that I've ever had to work on either had a 3.9 V6, which is, or a 4.7. And so I just look at those things and I hate life. Like there's one in my lot right now that we put a brand new 4.7 in that has no oil pressure at the old shop. And I still don't know what I'm going to do with that nightmare. Like I just hate them so much.
You know, a couple wrecking yards.
Well, yeah, but the guy would kind of like his truck fixed. I haven't been to Kansas. I know Tom's got to go in like just a minute here and put the kids to bed, and I'll be going too. But because apparently there's spaghetti. But Greg Loy wants to know, I haven't been, but have you been to Hays, Kansas?
Never have. I think my brother went through there on the last trip. We actually, usually I go with my brother and Evan, guy who works for me, but we actually took 2 trucks last trip. I think Gary actually went through that town. I was through northern Kansas, he was through southern Kansas. We're trying to get through Kansas on the last trip. I think he did, but I didn't. But I've heard that museum is really cool, but I've never been.
I've never been to Kansas
It's very flat.
Michael says duck sounds like a bunch of quacks. Ben says there's spaghetti. Dave says he's gotten stupid offers for the Dakota RT, but he's the second owner and he'll never find another one like it. He paid $3,500 for it. Yeah, Rooster, I don't usually have a problem with people paying me either now that I'm at home. They're just so thankful that I take their junk. They're like, yes, I will pay you whatever you want. Here you go. Thank you so much. I don't have that problem anymore, but there were definitely times at my old shop where, I used to have to make collection calls all the time. And by all the time, I mean, I would let it slide forever because I just don't want to be that guy. Right. Dave also wants to know if you, do you have an I got mine from Direct Connection license plate frame?
I'm pretty sure I do. I'd have to look. I really collect the dealers. I'm trying to get every Washington Mopar dealer in 1970, and I'm really close. I'm missing I actually got another one at that estate sale 2 weeks ago. I got one I hadn't had before. So I'm only missing a couple, but I'm pretty sure I do. I got to look, but I don't usually hang those up because it's the dealer signs I'm really into. So, it's the dealer.
So maybe you can have it. I don't know.
I probably do, but I have to look. It's not hanging up. So it's like, I have all the dealers up. Those are the ones I really, really enjoy and collect seriously. So
that's cool stuff. I'm still trying to find the perfect one to put on my charger. Either it has to say Aberdeen or somewhere close by would be fine, I guess.
Well, I put BBC on the 68, the Resurrection one, the turquoise one. I love that car. So
oh yeah, I'm working on a video on that. We did the first drive. I know you'd like taking it halfway up the street and back or something, but we
so funny story. So I took it for the first drive about a month ago. And I take it on my driveway, get on the driveway, and then I realized my kid's bus was coming the other way, and I was about to miss the bus, so I had to turn around really quick and catch the bus to come get my kid off the bus.
So other than that, first drive. I mean, the video says first drive. It drove around the yard, and it did a burnout. Oh, and someone said you're definitely ruining the car. I remember that distinctly, because you did a burnout. Yeah, you're start it and immediately beat on it, or immediately hurt it, or disrespect it, or some dumb stuff like that.
Look, that 318 is pretty hurt. I'm not going to do any more damage than what it is. I've got a pretty nice 360, and on it,
I'm ready to do that.
Yeah, the owner of the 71 Challenger said he'd probably sell that Magnum crate motor, and I think that would look really good on my Charger. So I've got the AC working and everything, so that may happen. But I'm going to enjoy the 318. I just need to get some tires because we drove it down and the tires were not round anymore. So I need to get some new tires. Yeah,
just a little sketchy.
I just found a sit on Facebook today, so I may try to get those this week. But
Noah sent me $10. Thank you, Noah.
Nice.
And his comment is simply a duck.
Duck.
No, Noah's in Vancouver. Noah's in Vancouver. Stacy's in Canada.
No, I'd love to see some of the signs you have. So I'm not that hard to find. So rocketresto.com. I'd love to see some of the signs you have. I love that stuff. I collect it. It's really, really cool. I said that what you saw today is a fraction of my collection. I got to get all this stuff hung up. I got stuff stashed in all my shops, and I just haven't had time to get it hung up. So I'm kind of running out of wall space too. So
I guess Dave has one of those surrounds, but it's cracked. So that's why he's looking for one. Dan,
I'll look, but you got to remind me. I won't remember, so you got to remind me. So
don't ask me to remember something. I'm there Tuesday through Thursday, Dave. If you shoot me a reminder Tuesday through Thursday, I'll ask.
What's wrong with the Durangos, Dan? I don't know anything about those.
They're all-wheel drive, and
Oh.
the transmissions blow up for fun.
Okay, fair enough.
I've heard people like them. A couple people have sung their praises, and then the one other guy I knew that had one needed a tranny. It was bad. Okay, here we're just about to get out of here. Oh, Dan, I'm not looking for a license plate. I'm looking for a license plate frame. A Dodge
I got it.
frame.
I got it.
No,
Yeah,
Dan was thinking a custom plate. That's not what I meant.
Right.
I don't need one of those. I'm not a custom plate guy. The only one I'd consider using, I have an old yellow Washington plate that was my grandpa's, and it says LT bulb, light bulb, because his car was called the light bulb. I don't know what it was, but anyway, I would do that one. But Stacy wants to know if there's any piece of Mopar memorabilia you'd absolutely love to have, but you haven't found yet.
That's a really good question, Stacy. I mean, I'd love to get like a good porcelain neon sign, but unfortunately the prices are just insane right now. Like I found one with my brother a while ago, and it's a Chrysler Plymouth neon porcelain. It's like 8 feet tall. It's freaking awesome. It's like a horribly expensive sign now. Like there's no way I could afford it now. But I'd love to get a really nice porcelain neon sign for the shop. But as I said, the prices are just insane right now on this stuff. So I'm really hoping to find one like stashed away in a dealership or something. Because if I have to go to an auction to buy one, I'm not gonna be able to send my kids to college. So
yeah, this is becoming a problem because I think it was Noah that asked me before about signs and stuff. I have the Chevron sign in my shop that someone gave me, and just little stuff. I don't have any Mopar ones, and he got me thinking about signs, and I realized I pretty much need like all your broken ones, like your seconds or maybe thirds.
I have a lot of them.
Yeah. I probably need to start dragging those home.
Well, if you come on the trip with me, there might be some sloppy seconds, so you might be able to help out with some of the stuff. So
I know there's one Atwood dealer somewhere you were talking about. I'm hoping that maybe someday there could be an Atwood. Yeah, all right, fine. That's fine. Can I at least tell them about my business card? That wasn't even a Mopar deal.
Yeah, you can show them that. Yeah.
It's in my car. I keep that with me.
Oh, you don't have it with you?
No.
So
it's in my car.
So at the States a couple weeks ago. So it's a guy I knew really well. He owned the Plymouth, the Dodge dealer in Shelton, Washington, which is kind of in between us. Really nice guy. They closed down in '79, but I got to go in his den. Nobody else got to go in there, and he had some really cool stuff in there. He had a bunch of old business cards, and there was a business card for Atwood Motors.
Larry Atwood,
and it was spelled like his name, like you don't see it with the 2 T's very often.
His is 2 T's, yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 T's, and it's really cool. Like super old, like 60s business card. It's super cool. Like I love some of the fonts and that stuff. It's super, super cool. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, looks like at least some people are headed out, and we're about to be. Arhill says thanks for the entertainment and have a good night. You too, Arhill. Thanks for being here. I hope you guys all enjoyed the look at Tom's amazing hoard of signs and NOS bits and cool projects. Like there's a lot there, and it's kind of amazing for me to like go to work somewhere like that. It's just everywhere you look. Well, here's a cool thing I haven't seen yet. Like there's so much. It's insane. And like he said, there are more buildings. There's so much more stuff. The Wi-Fi just doesn't reach there.
Yeah, it's also down here is terrible, and it's also dark. But yeah, I'd love to get a tour of the other shops, but it's not possible. There's no Wi-Fi out there, so
we could do an actual video on it. Tony says, keep up the good work saving Mopars. We will do that, and we'll leave you with that, folks. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Let me know if you got any comments. So, appreciate it.
And we will see you next week.
All right, bye.
Take it easy. Bye.